everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to teach you guys how to do bubble braids. So if you want to see how I got my hair like this, then just keep on watching. The first step is to part your hair, and you want to do a centre parting so that your bubble braids are even on both sides. And then all I'm going to do is tie up this side of my hair just to keep it out the way while we start on the other side. So you're going to grab a little triangle section of hair to start with, just as if you were doing French braids or Dutch braids or cornrows. And then I like to just use a little clip to clip back the rest of my hair, just because I found that the hair that I wasn't using kept getting caught in the bubbles. So I'm using a little clear elastic here, and if you have dark hair then you might want to use a brown or black elastic just because it will show up less. But I'm just tying the elastic around this section of hair, and I'm going to tie it quite tight. This is the first section of our braid, so we just want to keep this flat to our head. We're not going to turn this section into a bubble, and I'm just using my fingers to pull on the hair just to tighten it even more. Then I'm going to grab the second section of hair just as I would if I was doing a braid, so that's like in a triangle shape. Then I'm clipping back the section of hair that I don't want to be tied up, and I'm just using a comb just to smooth through the hair, and then again I'm taking a clear elastic and I'm tying this section of hair together. And again I'm just going to use my fingers to tighten that bit of the braid, and then you can either use the end of a comb or you can use your fingers just to pull out a little bit of the hair to make a little like bubble shape. Then I'm going to take the third section of hair and separate this off. Then again I'm going to use that comb just to smooth out the hair before we tie it, just so that there's no kinks. This is also going to help to keep that section really nice and tight as well. Then I'm using my fingers to tighten the hair before I'm going to go in and then pull out a little bit of the hair that's in the braid to create a little bubble shape. And I like to do the bubbles as I go along, just because I feel like otherwise you're going to be pulling hair from the next bubble. So if you do it when you go along, it just goes a lot smoother. This technique of picking up the hair and adding it into each section of the braid will be quite easy for those of you who already know how to braid your hair. But if you don't, pretty much every time you're going to do a new bubble, you're picking up a section of hair from the back of your head, and you're going to pick it up in almost like a triangle shape. And this is so that you're going to have an even amount of hair as you go down your head, and then you're not going to be left with a massive chunk of hair at the bottom of your neck that you haven't included. So this will be my second to last bubble now, and the bubbles are going to get a lot thicker as you go down because you're obviously adding more hair. And I would say just really take your time with this, because as you can see your hair does get stuck around those elastics and it can be quite painful. So just really take your time with it, and again use that clip to clip back your hair that you're not adding into the braid, because that will stop so much hair gathering into the braid that you don't want there. So this is the easy bit now. I'm just tying elastics all the way down my hair in even sections. And then what I like to do is just keep pulling out the hair in a bubble shape. So I'll pull it from one side and then I'll pull it from the other side, just so you get a really nice roundness of the hair. And I just do this all the way down, and this bit is really easy, everyone can do this. And I just like to try and tie it as far down my hair as I possibly can. And there you have your first bubble braid complete. So moving on to the next side, you're just going to section off the first piece of hair in a little triangle shape and tie this in an elastic. Then I'm just going to have a look at where I place the second elastic, just so I can make sure that both sides of my hair end up looking the same. So I'm just grabbing the next section of hair, clipping the back section of my hair back so it doesn't get in the way, and then I'm going to smooth it out with my comb and tie it off with a clear elastic. So from here you're just going to do exactly the same thing as you did on the other side. Just really take your time, make sure that you're placing those elastics in the same place that you place them on the other side of your hair, because you want to make sure that they're going to be positioned the same, and you want to make sure that you're going to end up with the same amount of bubbles on both sides of your head. So just take your time, especially with those elastics, because they are pretty painful if they get stuck around your hair. Then to finish it off, I'm just pulling out little pieces of my hair again, just to make sure the bubbles are really prominent. So that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this really fun bubble braid look. If you do recreate this look, then please do tag me on Instagram at Hollie Hobin, because I would love to see. And if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and leave me a comment below of what you want to see next. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!